My dad died 1 week away from all his grand plans. It's been a while. I got my neck warmer, so my neck look like a puffy. But it's my favorite time of the year. Christmas is my favorite holiday. It's my favorite season. I love Christmas. I'm a Christmas fanatic, and I don't do much. Let me not say that because that's not something to be proud of. We need to stop talking about not doing much for ourselves, as in to justify when we do something for ourselves. You know, I've just been having this I've just been having this deep thought for the past couple of days. Because I always talk about self-care, but then I feel so guilty, and I'm like, why do I have this level of guilt and shame whenever I use monies that we work hard for to do something for myself? No guilt, no coming out, when I do something for others. Would I include my kids, my husband? No guilt at all, no dead here. But once I do something for myself, there's just this level of guilt and shame, and I'm like, that is so unhealthy. That is so bad for us to feel guilty and shameful to do something for ourselves. I'm like, we should not do that. And I'm like, Zena, you talk about emotional maturity, you talk about self-care, you talk about so many things, and I believe them. So why is it so hard for me to do something for myself without the guilt and the shame that comes with it? So sometimes you think that you've been working on yourself and you're at a certain level, and that's why I think that I always say that growing never stops, and you're always becoming. No one can ever say that they're exactly who they could be. They might be exactly who they want to be, but you're never going to be exactly who or what you could be, because every day is an opportunity to grow more and learn more. Because I'm like, somebody, even people who know me would never know that I have certain internal battles, because they think that I am so self-aware and self-assured, and which I am, but in many areas. But I don't know why and the reason I'm speaking about it is because it's not one, it's not two times, and it's not like I am spending monies that I needed to do something else. All my bills are paid, my kids are set. I'm looking at, boy, I could have saved that, which is true. May I save something to I'm literally saving something. I still have this guilt. Why? But still I'm like, if I have to be telling myself, Zena, you can't save everything. You can't save everything. You can't save everything. Think about your dad. I always use my dad as an example because my dad worked so hard. He was okay financially, saver, saved a lot. he was okay financially. He was, yeah. And I remember when my dad got ill, he was a week away from retirement. He bought his book. He loved beekeeping. He bought a book about he had it from before, but he was reading more into it. He wanted to start his own beekeeping thing, and he wanted to do it as a hobby. And then I was saying to him, it can potentially become something that you earn from. Why not? And he's like, that's a good idea, but he's gonna start out as a hobby and then see where it takes him. We were talking about a part of using a part of the land across from the house. You know, we had so much plans. And then he was talking about traveling more often. And the biggest thing that resonated with me for some reason was taking more pictures. Which is why, and I always tell my family this, as in my husband and my kids, that's the reason why I started taking more pictures, because I wasn't a picture person either. I wasn't a picture person either, but then my dad died 1 week away from all his grand plans. And he worked hard. Mind you, he traveled in between time every now and again, but as a single dad, he wasn't afforded the opportunity to travel as often as he wanted, because he had to, of course, put me and my sister first. So he couldn't travel and leave us as often as he wanted to. He couldn't do certain things that he wanted to do, because the responsibilities are the same when you're a single mom or a single dad. And I'm like, my dad died 1 week away from all his grand plans. So I definitely started taking more pictures. And my dad also played a major role in me making that decision about moving to an entire different country, because he had plans. He's like, listen, you see me looking back, I'm looking for my boss. He's like, listen, live, do what makes you happy, do whatever makes you happy, and travel and explore, learn new things, be around different people, learn from new people. So that helped me in making this decision, in moving to a whole new country, right? And the next thing is, I always say, you might be saving and saving and saving. Saving is a good thing. Do not get me wrong, because I do save. Saving is a very good thing. You should have something stashed away, and you should be saving. And I remember him saying, I'm just thinking now, like, what if you save everything, Zena? Don't spend nothing on yourself. And the moment you say, yes, I'm going to just do this and do that, whenever that time comes and you don't live to do it, I had an epiphany. And I'm like, Zena, taking care of yourself is a process. It's not an overnight thing. You have to take care of yourself daily. Then there are certain things that you do, weekly. And there are certain things that you do on a monthly basis. And there are certain things that you do occasionally. So if you sit and wait until 5 years down the line to start taking care of yourself, can you do all those monthly things that you should have been doing before on that 5 year mark, if you understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, don't feel guilty, take care of yourself. And another major part of self-care is not speaking or arguing with people who are just set to misunderstand you. And you see, when I started practicing that, the peace that I have found is like amazing. You know what I mean? So that's also a part of self-care. And let me tell you what triggered the guilt in me. Because I love Christmas. This is our third Christmas in Canada. And the first two, we didn't do anything as regards to like making the home feel, like Christmas, because it's very important to me. I love doing it. And I, for the first 2 years, the first two Christmases, it triggered a sadness in me when I couldn't do that. And even now, I still don't feel very comfortable because it's not my own house. And I don't know why that makes me feel so uncomfortable, but that's another story. But then I'm like, I have to do just something to give me that loving, cozy feeling that I love feeling around the Christmas time, because it did bring a level of sadness to me those two Christmases that I did not do it. It made me miss home more, it made me miss family more, it made me miss my own space more, it made me think so deep. It just did something to me. And that was you know, those are my first times going very close or experience something that felt like what we call seasonal depression. And I'm like, this year, but I'm like, Zena, this year you're trying to, you know, put a little Christmas in your space. Now I feel guilty on the flip side. I feel guilty about the fact that I took those monies and spent on a few little Christmas decorations. It's like I can't win. But I'm finding ways and strategies to just reassure myself that I'm doing a good job with taking care of my family, raising my kids. I'm doing a good job as a mom, I'm doing a good job as a daughter, as a wife. I have to be reassuring myself that don't feel guilty. Life is made to be lived, not to your own detriment. You're not going to spend your bills money just to go quote unquote live, but you take care of your bills, your kids have all the necessities, your family have all their necessities. You're doing a great job. And I have to find comfort in that. So yes, anyways guys, this is just gonna be a video by itself because it was a pretty lengthy chat because my bus apparently is late. So I hope you enjoyed this the chat. I can't wait for us to be more interactive. I can't wait for us to have conversations in the comment sections and on lives, because sometimes I would love to hear just other people's way of they cope, because I love learning about other. I just love learning, right? So yeah, hope you like this one. Comment, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.